In this video, we cover observation as evidence about behavior. This video stands on its own and connects to the Week 3 lesson on qualitative user research. When people describe a familiar task, they often leave out the small steps. They may not mention how they scan a screen, hesitate before clicking, copy information to another place, or avoid a confusing feature. These actions feel normal to them, so they disappear from the story. Observation helps designers see the routine behavior that interviews often miss. A user can answer an interview question honestly and still give an incomplete picture. Memory is selective. People simplify events after they happen. They may describe what they think they usually do, not what they actually did in one moment. Observation gives another kind of evidence. It shows the action sequence as it happens with less dependence on memory. Observation means watching users perform real or realistic tasks with as little interruption as possible. The researcher is not trying to lead the user toward the correct answer. The goal is to see how the task unfolds. What does the user notice first? What do they try? Where do they pause? What support does the setting give or remove? Order matters in user behavior. The first thing a user tries can show what looked most available. A correction can show that the first action did not match the goal. A pause can show uncertainty. A repeated click can show missing feedback. Observation records these steps in order, so designers can understand the path, not only the final result. Behavior does not happen in an empty space. A user may be on a phone, in a noisy room, under time pressure, or switching between apps. These conditions can shape what they notice and what they ignore. Observation helps designers see the task and the surrounding situation together. That context can explain behavior that looks confusing by itself. Observation is not mainly about scoring a user as successful or unsuccessful. In early design research, the goal is learning. The researcher watches for patterns, surprises, barriers, and workarounds. A user who takes a long path is not a bad user. Their path may reveal a design problem, a hidden assumption, or a need that the team has not noticed. Before observing, decide what activity you are studying. The focus might be scheduling an appointment, finding a document, comparing products, or submitting a form. A clear task focus keeps the session from becoming random watching. It also helps you decide what to record. You're not watching everything, you are watching behavior that connects to a research question. Observation can happen in different settings. A natural setting shows the task in real life, with real tools and interruptions. A remote screen share can show digital actions when meeting in person is not possible. A controlled practice task gives more consistency across users. Each setting changes what you can learn, so choose the setting that fits the research question. A note template makes observation easier while the task is happening. It can include space for time, action, spoken quote, pause, error, recovery, and context. The template does not need to be complicated. Its job is to remind you what to capture. Without a structure, researchers often write only the most obvious moments and miss smaller signals. Recording can help, but it requires permission. Tell the participant what you want to record, why you're recording it, and who will see it. You might use written notes, screen recording, audio, or photos of the setting when appropriate. Protect private information. If recording would make the participant uncomfortable, careful notes may be the better choice. During the observed task, avoid helping too quickly. Do not explain the interface, correct the user, or ask why after every action. Those interruptions change the behavior you're trying to study. Let the user continue unless they are truly stuck or uncomfortable. Your job is to watch the interaction first. Questions can come later. After the task, you can ask short clarification questions. Ask what the user was trying to do at a specific moment, what they expected to happen, or why they chose one path. This debrief helps connect observed behavior with user reasoning. Keep it tied to moments you saw. Do not turn the debrief into a new interview about imagined future features. Good field notes describe visible and audible events. Write what the user clicked, read, searched for, skipped, repeated, or said. Include important timing when it helps. For example, note that the user paused before selecting a menu, then returned to the previous screen. These details let the team study the interaction later without depending only on memory. Separate what happened from what you think it means. Clicked back twice is an observation. The user was confused is an interpretation. The interpretation may be reasonable, but it should not replace the evidence. Keeping these separate protects your analysis. It also lets another researcher look at the same note and consider other possible explanations. Be careful with emotional labels such as frustrated, lazy, careless, or confused. These words can close your thinking before you understand the situation. Instead, record the evidence that led you toward that idea. Did the user sigh, stop speaking, reread a label, or repeat an action? Later, you can decide whether the pattern supports an emotional interpretation. Pauses and repetitions are easy to miss, but they can be important evidence. A long pause may show that the next action is not obvious. Repeated clicking may show that feedback is missing. Repeated searching may show that labels do not match user language. One pause is only a clue. The same pattern across users becomes stronger evidence. Workarounds show how users keep moving when the system does not support them well. A user might open a second app, write information on paper, use search instead of navigation, or ask someone nearby for help. Recovery steps matter too. They show how users repair errors. These moments point to places where the design can better support real tasks. Observation notes often become new research questions. If several users pause at the same screen, you can ask what they expected to see there. If users invent the same workaround, you can ask what goal the system is failing to support. Good observation does not end with notes. It creates sharper questions for interviews, redesign, and later testing.